So basically, why MDM was utilized or why MDM came into picture? MDM actually came into picture because the industry was having multiple applications. So what happened with that was every department's application was having their own data or the database, due to which there were repercussions of duplicate data. The reports which they were actually getting were not efficient and effective, as they were not giving the entire truth that how many customers are there and how many revenue they have generated by each customer, because of multiple applications, multiple databases which were storing the same data, or even a little bit of distinct data as well. Plus, there were some repercussions or impacts on the deliveries or the data which were in the contacts for any customer. Because when a service industry or a product industry actually goes ahead and grabs a particular customer, they create a PO for that particular reason, and all the sales for either for services or product. For us, services is also a product for a service company. So we'll say it's a product basically. So if any product is being sold, so that was being handled by the sales department. And but when they were having some kind of queries or something, they were actually moved to the support systems or the support departments. So what that was actually giving, that if a customer has moved on or if a customer has changed his contact number, that was not being updated in the sales system. So if the data was being asked from the sales system, they were actually giving the old data for the particular customer. And due to which what happened was multiple times when the deliveries were happening or the contacts were being done, they were not able to find the customer at that place or over on the phone. But when they took the data from the support, they were actually having the latest data because they were actually communicating with to and fro with the customers. So they were having those kind of data in their environment or in their application as latest. So they were not able to manage multiple databases and can carry out the applications or can carry out all these things through using multiple databases. So at the end of the day, what happened was they created a new tool which was based on database itself, the relational database. What it was doing was it was taking the data from multiple databases or multiple applications, which in terms we in MDM we call them as source system. So there are two types of source system. One is internal and one is external. Internal means which is created from MDM itself. External means all the applications. Okay. So with that utilization, what this tool actually started doing was they wrote multiple algorithms for match, so that they can find out what all customers are duplicate or similar enough that we can say that these customers are duplicate, so that they can find out the latest information from each section of their department to be stated in a single record for that particular customer. What that helped them out was they started to get a correct or a good picture than what they were having before of their own company, that actually how many customers are there and what is the revenue per customer they are actually getting. So later on, these tools actually get refined and refined as Informatica was standing from very long time. It got matured earlier than other tools. Hence, in the Gartner's algorithm or Gartner's quadrant, Informatica is the highest ranking MDM tool. IBM MDM is behind it. Then there are lots and lots of others. And each MDM has its own specialty and its own utilization. According to the requirement, we go ahead and use the MDM tool, that which particular tool will be beneficial for the customer. Okay, that's how basically the MDM journey actually started. So In over here, let me just go ahead and so you can see on the left hand side, we have stated all the third party operational system, right? So these are the entire applications or the databases which a company or a customer is handling. It can be any XYZ systems, any XYZ databases, even the cloud. Why I say MDM is a great or not great, then a better approach or a better suited path forward, because we have seen languages are coming and they are growing into other languages. Behind it, either it would be C++ or it would be C Sharp.net or it would be Java, which is actually going ahead and converting them into multiple libraries, and we are getting new libraries or new classes for going ahead and doing the functionalities, right? But in MDM, doesn't matter which particular database you are using, even if you are using cloud, even if you are using big data, even if you are using anything. Later on, this will be a non-file based or a non-relational database like the big data and all. But even if you are using a big data in a rational database form or in a relational data DB, right? That particular system will be still called as a legacy system for MDM. Why? Because it is taking the data from there and it is enriching the data at the end of the day. So that is why I say MDM as a better path forward for any data to be migrated. So all the applications which a company or which a customer is handling, all those things are called as external source systems. So whenever the MDM journey starts, we always go ahead and analyze all these source systems. Okay. In this, what happens is all the data we'll go ahead and analyze for 3 or 4 major reasons. First reason behind is we need to check how much the data is garbage or data has noise in it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens on that is we need to find certain number of business rules which can reduce those noise and to clean that particular data. Second thing which we do in the external source system is we find out how much data is actually matching, how much duplicate we are having inside one system and across systems. Using the data quality tool, we have match and merge over there, or by utilizing the SQL fuzzy logic, which is given by SQL itself, SQL and Oracle. We use those kind of things to find out how much data is duplicate. Okay. So those things are the first part which you go ahead and do. And parallelly, a person will be there who will be going ahead and try to model all those application into a single model, so that it can have all the data which will be coming from different source system. So if your source, every source system is having, let's say 20 attributes per system, your in the end of the day, your MDM model might have 40 or 45 attributes, or maybe less, according to what all attributes are similar in each system. So it is a joint or a merged kind of a model which MDM actually holds. Okay. Then you guys have already gone ahead and done your work in ETL, that how to migrate the data from one particular source to one particular target, right? So that is being utilized for shifting the data from the applications which are maintained initially by the company. So that is moved to MDM. So the movement is done